What is up, everybody? My name is Kevin Tiscool1. I'm bringing you guys some more Everybody's Gone to the Rapture for the PS4. Now I'm in this church, and I've kind of come to this point where I can't actually seem to go anywhere else past this place. So I think I'm going to backtrack a little bit. Maybe go see where Wendy went, because I followed Pastor or Priest Jeremy. And he didn't really lead me in any sort of right way. So I'm going to go back, hit up Wendy, see what she's up to, because she probably chill as fuck. You can tell by the way that she was, like, being really naggy and aggressive towards Jeremy for some crazy shit that went down with Mary, and now I'm just name-dropping people like crazy. But this is so cool still. I know I say that every fucking 30 seconds, but seriously, I'm just lost in it. It's amazing. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna head this way. Head up the hill, see if I can look at any of this shit. I love this stuff all the time. Like they just put the time and effort into making up things that are realistically on these actual fucking boards. They're just like taxi services, raffle stuff, stupid little things that don't necessarily matter, but we're gonna put them on a board anyway because people will see them and notice them. There's a donut right there. That's not a donut. I was really hoping those summer fee they wanted. I don't know what that means. Oh wow.
If you could just have a word with them, perhaps. They listen to you.
Well, I really don't see what it has to do with me at all.
The village looks up to you. I just think with what's been happening with Mr. Coles and Mrs. Boughton and the others, that people need somewhere to talk, to feel safe.
Perhaps they don't think that your church is somewhere they feel particularly safe.
I don't need your forgiveness, Wendy, or theirs. Whosoever thou art that judgest, for wherein thou judgest another, thou condemnest thyself. Romans chapter 2, verse 1.
Beware of practicing your righteousness before other people in order to be seen by them. Matthew chapter 6, verse 1. It's not my judgment you should be worried about, Father. But fine. I'll talk to Barbara. Ask her to put a note up in the surgery about an extra service. Will that do?
I mean, in the ways of Bible versing, like Wendy essentially just like dropped the fucking mic on Jeremy right there. That was amazing. To leave, you'll be detained. He dropped some shit, and then she dropped some fucking shit. But like, it's so weird, because I've like known youth ministers and like pastors and stuff. And it's like such an interesting thing when people like verse drop like Bible references. I mean, I get what they're trying to accomplish. You know, it's like using it. Also, that looks so pretty. I could stare at that for 25 hours at a time. That's right, 25 hours. We're talking a day and an hour. And usually by then I clock out. Oh. But as I was saying, it's just such an interesting thing, just because it's like cool. It's like, yeah, I'd be like, you're right. I mean that is in the Bible. That's cool. But I mean, you got anything else for me? I wish people did that more with like other things, such as just like rap lyrics, or I mean, people do it with English a lot, like famous literature. I mean, not a lot, not frequently, but like, for example, something so popular as Catch-22, which originated from the book Catch-22, right? But then it's just streamlined its way into pop culture and is now, I wouldn't necessarily say it's as common, but just because at least in the current generation and whatnot, you won't hear it as much. Mostly because, I mean, until I actually read the book itself, I did not understand what it meant. But then when you read it, you kind of get it. I thought I could have rang the doorbell there, but yeah, I'd say that's kind of what the example I was looking for is like. Oh. Okay, so I'm just gonna assume I can't get into any of these doors. I'm just gonna keep on walking. Look how big this. It's not big, but I mean it shows distance. It's like if I really wanted to, I could walk all the way over there. But I'm not going to. Oh, look at this. Oh, man, look at all this. Look at this. Look at all this stuff. I'm a big fan of, like, old school, like, typography. I'm all about that shit. And I was really digging that thing. I notice when you're indoors, you walk incredibly slower. You walk incredibly slow. I gotta work on the grammar thing. Man. I mean, I guess actually you don't. Maybe I'm just crazy.
Meg?
Oh, shit.
Come and have a look at this.
That's Sam from earlier. And Meg.
Charlie?
Jeremy reckons someone had been raiding all the empty houses. He said a load of stuff had been taken.
What's up?
It looks
What the
like
fuck?
someone's been collecting their own supplies.
Bastard.
Well, we've got enough stock in the warehouse to keep the entire village going for months.
We should get a truck.
What, and go and get all of it now?
Yeah, why not?
It's Appleton. It's that bloody crackpot Stephen Appleton. I'm gonna fucking do him.
Sam, it's fine. We better get moving before the weather turns. You come in. We'll swing by the camp and get Rachel on the way back.
So they were, like, surviving in the world? So they were going to the truck. I assume that's the truck they were referring to. Posible? Pero no entiendo. Yeah, I've been practicing my Spanish a little bit. I actually I'm taking AP Spanish. And so usually you have to do, for school, you have to do like summer reading or whatever. And so that just usually, like, you know, depending on the school or whatnot, but I'd say usually, oh fuck, did I activate something? I'd say most often it's the whole school reads an entire book, to, like, not together, but they all read it, and then if you're taking a certain class or if you're in a certain grade, you read a certain book. But since I'm also taking this as the Spanish class, I have to read a third book, and it has to be a Spanish book. And the instructor, he kind of gave it, at least in a vague regard, and he was like, well, yeah, just like find, you know, like a Spanish book that's your reading level, and then read it and do a book report on it. Which is like, okay, easy enough, right? But I didn't want to, oh shit. Oh, see, so I'm controlling this dude. Okay, so I just controlled that. So I picked, oh shit. Ugh, trying to tell my Spanish stories.
People are moving around now.
I was looking for Dr. Wade.
Listen, Frank. I don't know what's happened, but your Stephen seems to think he's responsible.
I reckon he is.
He said, Kate's still up at the observatory, but the gates are locked. Frank, there's going to be a rescue soon, I'm sure of it. They'll send planes or something.
Well, they'll send planes, all right. This pattern of his, we're in the center of it. Which means if they intend to stop it, we're right in the firing line.
Ooh, I've yet to see any sort of destruction or anything, so I don't know if that plan ever went through or not. Alright, real quickly before any more awesome shit happens, so essentially I have to read a third book in Spanish, and I, not wanting to purchase a book, I went to the library and found The Boy in the Striped Pajamas, or en español, El Niño con el Pijamas de Reyes, which is, oh fucking Christ, what went down here? So I'm reading that in Spanish, and it is 200 pages, and it is so fucking hard to read. And so I have, like, I don't know how much time I have. I don't have much time, I know that, before this book report is due, but it is looking like a disaster right now. So I'm like reading it, and if you thought just like regular summer reading was difficult, when it's a Spanish book, it is so fucking hard, because, like, if you don't understand a word, well, you know, like, you got a translator, right? But then, like, if you don't have the context right or anything, like, the whole thing can just sound like oh, like Marvin, shit like a dog or something like that. But it really, in reality, what could actually be happening is contextually, it could have been like Marvin like was shitting and his dog saw him, but like since you translated these words in such a weird way, it's like Marvin shit his dog, and you're like, holy fuck, Marvin, are you all right, man? Do you need someone? Do you need some help or something? And Marvin's like, nah, man, I'm actually good. Like I just shit and my dog watched me. Like it's not that big of a deal. So yeah, so you can really be panicking about Marvin your entire time while reading this. Also, I don't like how this fucking thing is cracked and yet not letting me get through that. That's making me pretty salty. But, I mean, as of right now, I'm just kind of following this street, and it's going pretty well for me, I'd like to say. So yeah, I'm going to go back over here. You can, it seems like you can kind of discover these different stories at a time. Like, you can follow, I could probably follow this street up here. And unless there's something that tells me really not to, I don't see why. Because in a way, directionally, it all flows, and now it's not to where there's like a straight path, right? Because I can go off into these other houses and stuff, but it all flows in one direction, which basically all I'm saying is it's like a lot of good games do that, where they don't need to fucking tell you where to go. It just shows you, and you can just feel it, because it's really good at. Wait, was that last guy Jeremy? Okay, so now we're with Wendy. Here we go. Okay, Wendy, can you fucking? Oh, I just came from that way, Wendy. Okay, all right, I'm just gonna keep walking then, Wendy. Fuck you, man. All I wanted to. Like I can't move it. Yeah. Okay, I'm just not even. It might just be one of those things. It was kind of freaking me out though. It just would fly right in my fucking face. Hey man, maybe chill out a little bit, okay? Maybe don't fucking fly in my face.
Oh, just for a few days, yeah. First thing in the morning. I don't want the kids to catch this flu if it's going round.
It's probably that father, Jeremy, spreading it
Oh,
around
shit.
while he tries to bully everyone into donations for the summer fete.
It seems very quiet in the village, actually, Wendy. Not much bullying to be done.
Oh, Father, I didn't know you were here.
Clearly. Listen, I came up here to tell Amanda that we've had some vandalism in the village. Must be a teenage thing. Tagging, I think they call it. Someone's painting all over doors and things.
Little vandals. Well, I'll tell Neil to make sure we're properly locked up when we go.
A good man like my Eddie gone. And these thugs and yobs running around defacing property. He gave everything to his country, and look what he got in return. Nothing but an early death.
Oh
He had a
shit.
good life, Wendy.
He had a short life. I look to my birds, Father. Lives lived unencumbered, free and simple. That's as God meant things to be.
This Wendy and Jeremy relationship right now is looking like a bit of a struggle, because they fucking hate each other. Wendy is constantly bashing on the father, and oh god, the fuck. Oh fuck, what did I do?
Every computer in the observatory has set itself to 6:07 a.m. June 6th, 1984.
Oh shit, 1984. I just read that shit.
I don't understand what that means.
June 6, 1984. The fuck happened on June 6,
Every computer in the
1984?
observatory has set itself to 6:07 a.m. June 6th,
6,
1984.
Okay.
I don't understand what that means.
June 6, 1984. Fuck, what happened? Was that when the book 1984 was happening? I don't think it can be relevant to that. Just because this just doesn't seem 1984-esque. It doesn't seem like a messed up system. It seems like something happened within something. Maybe atomically? What is... That date sounds so familiar. It's not. It can't be involved with any sort of war. At least, certainly not one that involved England. Very good, man. They do such a great job of like, of keeping the mystery building. You know, like, right when I thought I was starting to get like the feel of like what was going down with the whole Jeremy and Wendy thing, and like maybe there's like some small time corruption, and then with the people who were with the truck and the garage, I was thinking like maybe they were some post-apocalyptic thing. But now this date, what about this date, June 6th? Oh, it sounds so familiar, right? I got no clue what the fuck's going on. Also, is that glass there or is it not there? I can't tell. Oh man, that's super pretty. Alright everyone, well we're going to have to cut this episode off here. Thank you all so much for watching, and please return for more so we can solve this mystery together. Thank you so much. Have a good day.